Hello viewers, welcome to another project tutorial by Project Maker. In this video, I will be demonstrating you my new project which is face authentication system that I have created using Python. It is a medium level project and we can use this project as an integration to our main project where we will be requiring face authentication system to identify the user accurately. Before starting this video, if you are new to this channel then hit the subscribe button and click on bell icon to watch my video first. Now, without wasting any time, let's move to our computer screen. As you can see, I have already opened my destination folder in front of you to save our time. And let's explore this folder. So first folder is of virtual environment that we will be using to run our main program. This is a Python file in which our entire program is loaded. And this file is Haar Cascade file which is used to detect faces from videos or images. So let's open this folder in VS Code. So as you can see, the folder is open. Now before explaining the source code, I will like to show you the demo of my project. So I will simply open terminal here and firstly I will activate my virtual environment. So for that I will simply type VNV scripts and activate so that our virtual environment will get activated. And as you can see, the virtual environment is activated. Now let's run this file in this virtual environment. So I will just type Python. The name of file is face generator. So I will simply write face and hit tab button so that autocomplete will happen and simply hit enter. So as you can see, welcome to face authentication system has appeared here, which is appeared from this line. Now let's explore our project first. So it is asking ID of user. So I will simply write 1 and hit enter. So it is asking me enter your name. So I will simply write Aditya and hit enter. And it is asking me enter how many samples you wish to take. The count of sample images is based on simple logic. If we give more amount of samples, the model will give high accuracy. Only the file that will be generated on our face samples will be of more size. And if we give less size, the accuracy will be low and the file size will be low. So we can use that file anywhere where we wish to add face authentication system. So in my case, I will just say 20 images. So I will simply write 20. So I am requesting that program to take my 20 samples of my face. So I will just hit enter, taking samples. So I will look in the camera. And as you can see, images samples taken successfully. This is a warning message, so just avoid it. And as you can see, it is asking me, do you wish to train your image data for face authentication? So I will say yes, but before saying yes, I would like to show you the samples that the program has taken. So as you can see, this is a new folder that it's created. So as you can see, there are 20 items present here. 1.20 and it has cropped only my face from entire camera. So my entire camera looks like this. Just wait. So this is my entire camera feed and it has only taken my face, as you can see here. So it has cropped my face and taken the samples. So let's move back to our program. So it's asking me to train. So I will simply write yes here. Training data, please wait. And it has trained data successfully within short amount of time as there were only 20 samples. And I hope the new file is also created, which is trained data. So our face coordinates or face data is saved in this new file. So we can use this file anywhere in other project to authenticate ourselves. So now it is asking me, do you want to test authentication system? So let's say yes. And as you can see, the name of myself is appeared here and the accuracy is this. So name is taken from here and the accuracy is given according to the how much time the image is taken. So let's minimize it. I hope you love my project. So now let's go to project explanation. So I will simply minimize this or make it down and let's start. So the program started from here and it firstly got here face generator. So it has instead imported a global name, so which is taken from here. And coming here are the requirements of the program. So you will require the Python 3.7 version. Remember to run this program in virtual environment only, otherwise it will generate some errors. The NumPy version, OpenCV version, and Pillow version, and these are the packages that I'm using. So let's come back in face generator function. So it has global name which is imported from here. Then this line is written to take a start camera, set the XY coordinates of camera frame, then detector equal to CVT or cascade classifier. Simply this file is used to detect objects in an image. So object means our faces, which is this file as I told earlier. Then these are the basics to user input, that ID and name, and how many samples do you wish to take. So after that, after taking the user input, it first check that whether the folder user data is created. If the folder is created and few images are already present in that folder, then it will simply remove all those files and then take samples and save it in that file, so that only current images will get stored in that folder. So as I have written here, remove old images from user data folder if present. Then it simply means taking samples of user. Please look at camera, and then sleep time for 2 seconds so that we can focus on camera. After that, it will simply run an infinite loop for 20 times, because here we have written the face samples at 20, right? So after that, it will simply read frames from images, convert that images into black and white, because a computer understands black and white images more clearly as compared to colored images, and that's the reason the images in this folder are gray. So coming towards the program, faces is equal to detect multi-scale. So this line simply detect the faces in our images and just return the 4 coordinates, which is x, y, width and height. So with x is this pixel, xy is this pixel, and width is this and height is this. So starting from this point, the width of the rectangle will be this and height will be this, and on the basis of that information the rectangle is drawn. So I have written the same here and simply cv2.rectangle. So this line simply draws the rectangle here, as you can see. After this counter, so we have detected the face, then I have incremented the counter, and after that I have cropped that face from that frame and saved it as user data folder name, and the file name will be face.id of myself, and the count, which is this. So initially it will be 1, so that's why the first name is face 1.1. so face is come from here, face ID is 1, that I have already written here, and the count will be start from 1, and it will simply show that frame. So it, as I have taken only 20 samples, so it took 20 samples so fastly that the camera could not open itself. And after that, if someone presses escape button, it will close the program, or the count samples go about 20, then it will simply break. So it automatically breaks the program when 20 samples are taken, and these 2 lines to destroy the OpenCV window. Then let's come down. So we were here. So after taking the samples, then the next line appears that do you wish to train your images for face authentication. Then if I just write here permission 1, so let's go to this function, because after that it will simply go to this function. So this is here permission. If y is value, so if someone presses yes and the task is 1, so we have to train our data. So let's move that function. So recognizer, in this function the first line is recognizer is equal to LB based face recognition. So this is the main function which is used to recognize face in images or videos, but we have already taken samples, so this will work for images in our case. After that, we have to load the Haar Cascade file here as well, as you can see. So the main work of this file is to create an instance of face detection classifier using this file, and it is a pre-trained model for detecting faces in images. So from that image samples, you will simply detect the face once again, and after that it will come here, then it will simply print this line, then it will go to this function, which is this function, where this function. After that it will simply access the folder where the image samples are stored, create to empty list where the user ID and face samples will be taken. Then it will travel to the folder and take every image one by one, convert it into grayscale. Then it will simply try to find patterns in my face and create an array, which is numerical array in this time. And as it is a gray image, so it will simply take, I guess, 1010 values only. So I will just try to show you the train data if possible. As you can see, these are my face samples, that 5.1, 3.8. so these all are my face samples based on 20 images. So the work of creating this array and these values is done by this line. After that the face is taken and the samples are also taken, and as well as the face marks. So but to identify whose face is this, the ID is taken from ID variable that we give here in the starting of the program, and based on that ID the face samples or the face features are locked with that ID, and according to and using that ID the name is displayed on the screen, which is this. So the rectangle extracts the face samples and it matches with my face, and according to that it will simply show the name based on my ID, because face samples is connected to my ID and ID is connected to my name. So that's the reason the name is coming here. So let's move ahead. So coming to next line, which is this face equal to detector or detect multiscale. So this will again detect our face, so that we have to just attach ID to face samples and that face samples to our name. So this work is done by these 4 lines. It will simply take face samples, append it to the image array, and also append IDs in this list, and it will simply send this list to the main folder, or I can say here. After that it will based on the faces and IDs, it will simply train the data and it will generate these values. So it are just a value generated by system. So in your case the values will be different. And after that, after training the data, it simply saves the data in train_data.yml file, which is this file. So after running this function, we will get a train data which has our face samples, or say face features. So let's come back down. So this part is done, and the last is, do you want to test authentication system? So the final stage. So let's go to permission once again. It's here, and if the answer is true, it will simply go to detection method. So this is a detection method. So this is the repeated line from our second function. Then recognize a lot read file. So this is the load train model. Then loading the Haar Cascade file, and using, and after that loading the file in another variable, which makes us easy to identify the faces. Then simply this is a font size, ID number of person you want to recognize. So in our case it's only 1. So even if I write 1, it will be okay, because I have created this program for myself only. And the name, this name is stored, this name is taken from this line, which is enter name, which is Aditya. So here Aditya will get stored. I can also hard code this value, but to make it responsive I have written in this way. After that you will simply open the camera, which is this camera, and set the XY coordinates according to this. Then defines the minimum window size and maximum window size to recognize a frame. After that it's the infinite route again started. That's why the frame is running continuously. And the first step is, if the camera is not accessible or there is something problem, it will simply print unable to access camera or video source. Then after that it will simply take frames, and if there is no person present in frames, it will simply give error that unable to detect face or detect image if some problem occurs. After that it will simply take the frame, which is this frame, and simply convert it into black and white, because computer vision simply understand black and white frames more easily. And this is the face cascade or detect multiscale. So this is used to detect my face part, which is this rectangle part, as you can see. After that, it will simply give x, y, wh coordinates that I have explained you already. Then simply save it to the rectangle, then draw the rectangle around my face, which is this rectangle, and this line, which is the most important line of our entire program. This line simply uses this recognizer, to detect our face and try to authenticate ourselves and returns the particular accuracy. So if accuracy is less than 100, then there is chance that the image is matching 30%, 40%, 50%. If accuracy is 0, which means that the person is 100% matched. That usually doesn't happen. That's why I am not getting the 100% accuracy here. As you can see, it's between 50 to 60. Then depending upon that accuracy, so if accuracy less than 100, then the person has been identified 50-60%. So simply taken the ID and take the accuracy percent and simply just display the details as ID is this and accuracy is this. And if some other person came in picture, it will simply write ID as unknown. So instead of Aditya, it will print unknown, and accuracy will be also be guaranteed. So accuracy will be very low for this. And after I press escape button, so as it's written here, press escape to close this window, the program will get break and this line will be executed and OpenCV windows will be destroyed here. So I will show you that. So I am simply pressing escape button. As you can see, the program gets terminated here. So, and this was the main function or main project where I demonstrated how we can create our own face authentication system, which we can integrate in our main project such as virtual assistant. I just forgot to tell you in the starting of that video, I have integrated this project in my video of virtual assistant. So if you have not watched that video, which is this video, I will just show it to you now. Let's playlist and this video. So in part 2, I have simply shown the face authentication system. So I have created the face authentication system using this program only. So I have simply trained this file for 50 to 60 images, so that accuracy will be higher and the file size will be medium for me. And based on that, it's identify me and then give me access of the system. So that's magic of face authentication system. You can also definitely try this project. And coming towards the project, if you want the source code of this project, you can simply visit my blog website, which is Project Maker blog. So I will simply show you that website. So I will simply write Project Maker blog.blogspot.com. It will take a time to load as it's fast. So this is my blogging website, as you can see. So I will upload the source code as well as the entire contents of this tutorial in this blog website. So which is this, sorry. After watching this video, you can simply visit my blogging website, follow the instructions and create your own authentication system so that you can integrate it to your main projects. And if you are preparing for interviews or coding rounds, you can simply visit my Instagram account also, which is here. Let me check. In my Instagram account, I upload tips and tricks or the important concept for interview, which is this, such as OOPS concept, DBMS concept, OS concept, and some DS related concept for preparation. So if you are preparing for interview and want to cover the main concept that are most probably asked during the interview, you can simply follow me on Instagram and just access the content material. By the way, I also share it on YouTube community section also, but the problem with the YouTube community is that it only allows me to show only 5 pictures, but I have the minimum 7 to 8 pictures, so few pictures are not available in this YouTube community section. So you can go to my Instagram account and just access entire resources for free of cost. And I am planning to make an entire playlist for interview preparation also. So that's all about today's video. If you like this video, then don't forget to share it with your family and friends. And if you face any queries while implementing the project, you can simply message me on Instagram or in comment section below. I would be feel happy to help you all. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.